Okay, so you can identify which one you have by looking at these numbers. So if it says 3, that's 3 cm. There's different sizes. And then when you want to connect the pieces, you can see there's dots right here and a dot on the other side. So, oh dear. So you have the one that says open and the other dot. Connect those two dots and then they should slide together. Should be flush on the end. And then you put in the fill tube. So if you have the 2.5 cm one, there's no fill tube, but for the bigger sizes you have one. And so you can see there's these little like knob parts right here, and then there's like another knob on this one, and so you want to match it up. It can go with either one. And you know you've done it correctly if it's flush. Then you add on the fixation cap. So you can see near the number of the size, there's a little line right there. And then you also have these 1, 2, and 3. So you can slide the line in to line up with the 1. So this means it's loose. Once you put it to the 2, you're able to lock the cylinder and leave it on the 2 while you're still assembling at this point. Okay, and then the rod, you want to take off the black cap. Do those first? Okay. Weight on the rod. So first you're going to put in your catheters. So you can see there's these blue collars. So these are the catheters with collar number 293. And it should have this blue collar. And if you look, there's a long side and a short side. So the long side is the side that's going to go into the cylinder. So you put it in, and then you want the blue part to go all the way down in flush, and you cannot put these in too much. So just make sure it goes all the way down and that the blue is flush with the bottom, with the top of the cylinder in there. And we'll continue to add these. And when you're inserting the catheters, you want to make sure that you're holding close to the cylinder, because if you hold up here, you might bend the catheter. And these catheters are used for the entirety of one patient's treatment. Okay, so just double check that those are all in as far as they can go. And now you want to be able to lock the catheters. So you're going to rotate from 2 to 3. Oh, and so you can see it's a little bit too difficult to turn, so one of these is not in quite enough. So just double check these. Okay, let's try again. Okay, now it more easily, there's a bit of resistance, but more easily slides to 3. Okay. Now we're going to put the rod in, so start by taking off the black cap. And this one is going to insert from the top. Okay. And then we want to lock that in place with this screw. And there are 2 screw lengths, so make sure you have the long screw. Okay. And you know you have the correct screw if it's not completely flush. You can still see some of the thread. And you want to put it so that it's tight, so that the rod can't move, but not so tight that it's causing the plastic to warp or you're shredding those threads. Okay, and then the last pieces the physician may use, they may not use, but I'll show you how to. So if you look on the cylinder portion of this, one side is flat. So that flat side is, if you turn it so that it faces the front, then you can easily slide this piece into here. And then When you attach it, let's see, so right here we have the 6 o'clock, the 6 points up towards the 12 o'clock position, and so that's the top. And the bigger one of these two goes on the top. So you slide it in here, flip it around. Yeah, you want to make sure that the lever is down when you're moving it. And you also want to make sure that it's facing towards you so that it can be adjusted and it's not lost inside the patient. And then once you're at the position that you want, you just pull the lever back up like this. Okay? And then the same exact thing can be done on this. So find the flat position of the cylinder, slide it in, put the other direction. So the lever is facing you, slide to where you want it, and then it's locked in place. That's all.